Well, in last year, more Americans were facing retirement and even some forced to retire than in years past. Retirement sounds like something you work for your entire life, but then you're faced with the situation and it may look a little different. Today, we're going to bring in our friend Kyle Wingfield from Finley Alexander Wealth Management to talk about retirement risks. And if you are in this time frame, what you need to think about. Kyle, welcome back. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, Natalie? I'm doing well.
Good. It is always good to see you. And I know there's so many things when you start approaching that retirement, or as we just said, so many people forced to retire. The situation may not look like what they thought it was going to look like. What are some things people need to keep an eye out for?
Well, I always say, what could derail this? Because most folks want to go into retirement, have a good time, and they deserve to have that. And they don't really think about what risk until they pop up, right? So there's 7 retirement risks. Here's some that group together really quickly, like market risk and tax risk. Market risk in the form of order of returns risk. When you retire and want to take money out of your investment accounts, will the market be up or down? You know the answer? Nobody knows. Okay, so we can plan for that risk to make sure that that doesn't eat you alive. The other one is tax rate risk. Are taxes going to be higher once you start taking money out? Okay. Next one is catastrophic illness risk. What happens if you become catastrophically ill? Because you know what, Natalie, more fortunes are lost or decimated because someone got catastrophically ill, right? So what's that long-term care plan? What does that look like? Just beyond long-term care insurance, right? Not everybody wants to carry that. Not most people want to get rid of it at this point, but that's 3, right? So then you have inflation risk, longevity risk, also known as who's dying first, you or your money, right? Do you have more life than money? Who knows? But making sure that that risk can be dealt with. And then finally, you've got premature death risk. Nobody ever dies on time. And of course, that's around the realm of, okay, do you have all the legal documentation in place so that as you transition, it's not a burden to the people you love? So do you have the will, the advanced healthcare directive, the power of attorney? Did you update your beneficiaries? Did you do TOD, POD? Do you have a trust? All that stuff. And then finally, inflation risk. Life just keeps costing more money the longer you live. So can your money keep up with that so you can keep on buying the same stuff you like, or you have to buy a new set of goods, but your money still goes the distance. So those are the risks that can derail a really awesome retirement.
Kyle, just to hear you, kind of go through those, just part of your memory, I know this must be something that you work with your clients. When do you sit down and plan for these risks? Because obviously that is something that you are, 1, passionate about, as we could just tell in your answer, and 2, that you are able to provide your clients with.
Yeah, I think the first time when we sit down and we talk, I mean, a lot of the conversation in retirement isn't about investment management. That's part of it, right? Because retirement income planning is holistic in nature. It's all encompassing. So when you're creating a plan and a strategy, it goes around how to deal with those risks. What happens if tax rates go up, markets go down, and you get sick? Can you pivot in a way that you'll still have the financial security you want and the people around you want and need? So we start having that conversation immediately.
I open book probably to a fault here on the show, but I'm getting to where I'm, a few years starting to push the big 40. When is too early to talk about retirement versus too late to talk about retirement and starting to think about these things and plan for these things?
Well, I love your question. Is it, when should I do it? Because the general consensus is, oh, and I got to worry about that until I'm 50 or 55, or I'm 5 years out, 6 months out, 3 months out, right? If you plan ahead of time, what's the whole point of all this, Natalie? Why are we saving money, right? We've got specific things we want to accomplish. Retirement is all about being work optional. How soon do you want to get there? How soon do you want to live life on your terms? And so I say it's never too early to start thinking, hey, at what point do I want to still do something I love every day, but not be doing that job or whatever it is just because I need the money to have the lifestyle I want? And so you can start early. I started in my 20s, right? It's never too early. It's also never too late, but we also we all know if you can put time on your side, that's awesome. And so I think you start as soon as you have the thought, like, hey man, you know what? I'm going to want to disconnect or do something else, and I want to make sure I can keep my lifestyle. So I think anytime, there's no time like right now.
Well, Kyle, I love being able to talk with you right now and every week, regardless, because you are able to break down all of the industry jargon and make this real. And I know you do that for your clients. If you are interested in learning more about Finley Alexander and becoming one of their clients, well, there's their website for you to get more information today. Thanks again, Kyle. It's great seeing you.